Hi, welcome back. So let's record the final video uh, for the ZDM. So this is going to be the third use case. I showed you how to use this tool for the first use case, where you have the uh, a non-CDB to LCR2, how to migrate that to autonomous database. But now what I'm going to show you is how to do for the second, not the second, sorry, the third use case. So that is going to be this one, where you got a single instance 19C database, and we are going to migrate that to two-node RAC database. So this could be a two-node base RAC database, or it could be an Exadata, as I mentioned in my first video. All right. So the first step is, first step is, I already showed you how to create the source database. No, I did not show you this one. I showed you how to create the a 12CR2 database in a VM. So, but the rest of the things like how to create this key pair, VCN, so those things we covered. Even the ZDM we covered. So these two, how to create the source database, how to create the target database two-node rack. Very quickly we can cover that. So let me just go there. All right, so I just type of login again. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm logged into OCI. Now let me create a database, base database, 19C. It's very simple. So let's, I already have one. This base DB1, right? That's I already created in a private subnet. So let me just create a DB system, and I call it, let's say, base DB2, something like that. And in this compartment, and high performance, which is fine, And then this is the standard shape. This is the not standard. This is the 4-core CPU. Storage is volume manager, which is fine. And then I'm going to upload the SSH key file, right? You know how to do that. And then I'm going to be using the BYOL and the network configuration. I'm going to be using the VCN, and I'm going to be using the private subnet. And here the host prefix is base DB or something like that, anything you want. And that's going to be the host name. And this is going to be the FTQN and automatically assign IP4. This is going to be the database name. And I call it some base DB2, we can call it. And if you want to have a prefix, you can have IAD and PDB name, generally sales or something like that. Or I think in my case, I call it single instance sales. And then password for the sys password, that's the sys. And recovery, backup recovery, all that you can pick. Then, okay, so that's what you do. And then what you do is then you say create. That's all you need to do. It's very quick. And when we do that, you need to note down the things like what is the base DB name, right? The system name, that's the one that you entered first. What is the version, compartment, availability domain, high performance edition, shape. I think I picked just one CPU or two CPUs, I forgot. And this is the public key file, right? You remember this is copied from my original thing, BYOL, all right? And this is the private subnet, private IP that was assigned to my database. So if I go here, if I look at this, database nodes, see this one? So this is 107, 10.0.10.107, right? So that's what you copy and paste here. This is the host prefix. So if you go here, this is the host name, base DB1 server. That's what this is. And this is the FTQN. fully qualified thing, and that is this one. And this is the database name. This is a container database name. This is the suffix for the unique name, and this is kind of created. You can see this formula here, and port number default, and so this is the container database name, container database service name. You can create it actually, but you can also get it from this one, right? If you want to know how to do that, connections. Sorry, not that. No, databases. Click on this and connections. Connections. You see this, and not that actually. Here or here, DB connection. So that's what. So this one is. This is the connect string. This is the easy connect, and this is the long description. So that's what I copied, and this is a container database service name. Actually, you can see this. If you right, see this. Go back here. Put it here. It's perfect. Actually, you can see it here. This is the container database service name. All right. So that's what you need to note down, or actually this is created automatically for you. This is the connect string for the container database, basically the container DB. Yeah. This is the service name. This is the connect string, right? This is the short one. And this is the PDB name. This is the PDB service name, and the password that we talked about. And this is the easy connect string this is for the container level. So this is, we just saw that, right? So this one, you just copy this and paste it here. In fact, I should put it in, I didn't put it in yellow color because we are not really entering, we are copying from OCI and pasting it here. They're copying from somewhere. So that's why I didn't put it in yellow color. And this is at the PDB level. So how do you get at the PDB level? It is simple. So here, go to database information, pluggable databases, click on this. And if you go to this PDB connection, so you get the easy connect and you get the long description. So you can copy and paste them in this here. All right, here. So that's all. That is for after you complete the creation of the source database. The target database is a RAC database. So very similar. So what you do is go to this databases. So create a database system. Give the RAC name and whatever compartment. The available domain shape. This is high performance. So actually for RAC, you need to pick extreme performance. So that's what, and here it says 4 cores for this. And storage, it says LVM. Actually, we need to pick this one, grid infrastructure. So you pick that, only then you can create a RAC. So here you can pick 2 nodes, and then you give a cluster name. You can say cluster 1 or something like that. And then upload the public key file, use whatever licensing, whether license included or BYOL, VCN. Again, I'm going to be using a private subnet. I'm not using the public subnet for the security reasons. So host prefix, I think, what did I have? Host prefix. I had cluster name, this is host prefix, right? So I call it base RAC DB1 node. That's it. So then it will have node 1, node 2 is going to be the actual host names. All right. And so that's what you enter. RAC node. All right, so that's how it becomes. Then enter the container database name, the prefix or the unique name, and PDB name, and so on. You do all that. So whenever you want to migrate a database to RAC, you need to create a shell database first. And it's going to use RMAN and copy and replace the target database files, all right, the container database files, all that, okay? So then you answer this backup related questions. So then what you do today is you just note down all these things that you entered, all right? And you enter the names. So I go back here, nodes. So here you got this is the host name, this is the FDQN. We are going to be using this name, by the way. That's why and this is also the private IP. So that's what I have here. Host name, fully qualified DNS name, and this is a private IP. So one is, okay, that one. This one is actually wrong. So I should be using this. All right, so let me, node one is this. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the floating IP, my mistake. So this is the one, this is a private IP, we need to copy. Wondering what happened. This is 68, so 68, and this one is the 208, see that? Okay, so you need to copy, paste this column, and the private IP. This is very important. We don't need the floating IP. So that's what you enter here. We will be using them later. And you already know how to enter this, where to get it from. Same way, right? You go here, go back here, paste database, and then databases. This is the RAC database, and you get the connect string, DB connection string. So this is the easy connect, this is the long description, and copy and paste them there, okay? So that's pretty much it for the RAC database. Then create the VM for the ZDM. We already covered this. In the first use case, we already covered. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this. So this is for the ZDM. This is for the source database, RAC node 1, RAC node 2, and this is a fifth window, which is empty. So this one, let's go back here. First one is this. Actually, okay, so let's clear, this is gone. Yes, so, and the last one here. So I got 4 windows now, right? So let us start from here. I'll just update your head source file. First thing, then after that, create the login to the ZDM VM. So that's the first one. Then you log into the source database. That one, just copy and paste to the second window. All right, so that is the second window. This is a RAC first node. This is the third window, right? So go here, paste it. Then the last one is the fourth one. So, sorry, so copy this and put the fourth window. All right. So we got all the 1, 2, and 3, and the 4. So this is ZDM, source database, RAC node 1, RAC node 2. All right. And then you need to update your Etsy host file. So just copy this whole thing. The first one, basically, it removes the previous entries if they were there, these 4 lines. And then you're going to add 4 lines. So that's what this one is. Just copy this whole thing. Let's start from the first window, right? So let's start from here. Paste, paste, here, paste here. All right. Now, just to make sure that we got the correct, let's see, host file. See that? There are 4 lines here. I think we should have it again. Let's see. Let's see. Host. So you got all that. So same here also should be. Then what we have is the next thing. Get the source database. So the source database, similar to what we did actually, very similar to that. So you just check the global name. We need to make sure that the database is running in archive log mode, right? So this one, so go to, what are we saying, window 2. So go to window 2, just run this. So you can see this is the global name, this is archive log mode. So that's good. Now, if the database is not running in archive log mode, you need to put it in the archive log mode. So since it is running in archive log mode, we don't need to do anything here. And so here we have, then what you do here is it will begin. So here we are just setting the passwords and all that, right? And unlocking if they are blocked for any reason. So that's done. The check password is already this one, so that's why it's not letting me, which is fine. Now here we are just getting the Oracle home, that just see what I'm doing. Okay. So those are the things you can just note down. Actually, we're not going to use them. It's a good idea to note down where the files are. And then just create you remember we wanted to create a test schema, so copy all this. Let's see, from here, right? From here, let's copy and paste. So we are creating a simple Scott Tiger team or Scott schema. So with 1, 2 tables, just then it goes when the database is migrated, this schema will be there in that pluggable database. All right. Just to be sure, sudo SEO minus SQL paths. Show PDBs. So the PDB name is SI sales, single instance, okay? And it's running in read-write mode, all good. So now, sit from here. Now we go to 9th step. 9th step is prep the target database. So this is, what we are doing is actually, we are going to window 3, that is the RAC node 1. The RAC node 1 and RAC node 2, they need to talk to each other without the password. I should be able to run SSH commands from one node on the other one. So that's what we are trying to do here. So let's see. Here I'm just doing the SP file on the RAC node, right? So that's what we're doing here. What are we doing? So this is for the passwordless SSH communication between the nodes. So if you see, first you run this, all right? And actually when you copy and paste this, it is going to generate a public file and private file. And actually you see this is catting. So let me just do this because I don't want to generate the key because it's already generated, configured. So node 3 here, paste it. So that's what, so when you run this block of code from here to here, you will see on the screen this one. So you just copy this up to here and paste it here. Just paste it here. Just go right click and paste it here. Then Do the same thing on the fourth node. I'm sorry, fourth window, which is RAC node 2. So the same thing. So if you go here to fourth node, right? So this is what it is. But you need to run this, obviously, right? I'm not running it because this was already executed previously. So I just avoiding that, okay? So this one, you copy this whole thing from SSH and paste it here. Then the next one is, now we need to copy this to the authorized key files. So what you do is you take this from here, this whole thing, and just run it on window 3. All right, go to window 3. So that's what we are doing here. So go to window 3. So go to window 3 here. So let's clear this. Just, I mean, this I can run because I'm not changing the keys. So I can just paste this here and do the same thing in window 4. So that is this one, right? This is what it's saying. Do the same thing. Paste it here. So now to see whether these machines can communicate with each other without password. So what you do is you run this command on node 3, back node 1. So here, just see whether it can talk to node 2. See, it can talk. Similarly, come back here, see whether it can communicate from node 2 to node 1. So this one, run it here, paste it. So it can communicate both. So two-way communication is established. Now, what we can do is this. Let's go to, we can go to the window 3, sudo su -oracle. All right, now here, SQL plus, show PDBs, right? So this one, actually, I did last time. I'm just repeating this demo. So we can drop this actually. So if you want to see whether this is going to copy the entire database from the, so it's going to copy the entire container database. So if the source container database had, let's say 5 pluggable databases, they will all come over. So that's the idea here. Drop this command basically. So you can take this. All right. I mean, this whole thing you can run, but now we are already in the SQL plus. So we can run it here. So just for pluggable database does not exist. Oh, that name is wrong actually. So this should be SI sales. This one I copied from wrong place. B2. This is create. This is create targeted. Actually, this should be coming from my source database. So actually, this was the one that was previously there. So what I will do is create this one. Because we are repeating that, right? So you get the idea. I mean, if you are not repeating this demo, you don't have to do that. But so what you do is, yeah, no, go back to the source database, copy that, go to prepare the target. So just copy that. So that is this one. Should be here. So this is the command. This is the real command. So this is only when you're repeating, but if your database was SIs, it was just simply sales, you can just change this to sales, okay? So now go back to the window 3 and here paste it. Okay, this is also wrong actually. This should be SI sales. So why did you just change this to, sorry, here? Just so copy this command. It's not closed. Oh, okay. Alter. You need to available database SI sales close. Equals all. That's the command, I think. Yep. So now you can drop this. All right. So that's going to drop. So now if you see show PDBs, so you should not see anything. Okay. Anyway, I mean, this is an optional step. You don't have to do that, but I'm just then install the ZDM. We already done that. I'm not going to go through this. Configure the ZDM. There are a lot of steps here. So here, one thing you need to do is you need to go to the source database, window 2, and you need to update the SSH. I'm sorry, the this one, all right? So this is already done, but let me do that. Yeah. Oh, this is for the ZDM, right? So we need to, I've already done this, but there's no harm doing this. But so you go to window 2, copy to this one. So this is the source database. So we need to update the source database authorized keys with the SSH key, the public key of the ZDM, so that ZDM can talk to that, okay? Authorized key. So paste it here. So that is done. And then do the same thing for RAC node 3 here. And also the second node, okay? And finally, here we go. And you need to configure the bucket, object storage bucket. And I think last time I showed you how to do this. Actually, maybe I did not show this, actually, yeah. So what you do is go to this, storage, buckets, and I already have a ZDM bucket here. See this? And objects. And here you see the details. There's a directory and all that. But let me just go back here. What do we need? We just need the bucket name and the namespace. The namespace is here. Namespace is, go to the details. Here, that is a namespace. You copy and paste there. And then this is the directory, the URL to the ZDM bucket. So if you go to the objects, you click on this, you just, and object details. So we're talking about copying from here to here, up to here. All right. Now let's go back here. See that? Same thing. This is what I copied and pasted here, up to that letter O. I'll put it there, and this is my domain, my username, and this is the token. So where do you get the token from? This is from here in login. So you go to OCI, and then so here tokens and keys. So here you click on this. You say generate a token. ZDM single instance. It's to RAC or something, and you say generate, and already reached the limit. So basically, I can just delete one of them. So this one I'll delete. But you get the idea. So it's very simple. Generate the token, some description, and generate. And you copy that and you paste it here. All right. So that's what you do. And so let's see. I think I might have deleted my token, right? My token by mistake. So I need to do this. They both are created today. So let me delete this, and create a new one. Okay. ZDM testing. And like something like just generate the token, copy this, and I will put it here. Paste it here. Okay. So that is a new thing. And then create the response file. Here, in this case, actually, the response file is very small. So copy this. And you can just copy and go to this window and paste it here. So this configuration file is created in this directory, you see, and then do the evaluation, and let's see, token. Oh, okay, this should be, yeah, this should be coming from object storage. So that is this one. This can't be anything else. Okay. So that is object storage token. So now what you do is the ZDM is already running. So what you do is just log in to the ZDM user. So I assume minus ZDM user. And then you copy and paste this one. All right. Paste this. And it's going to ask you for the sys password. All right. And then it's going to ask you for the token. So come here, copy this, and paste it. And now the job number is 74. So let us enter job number is 74. And this is the command to check the status of the job. Okay, so here this. So it is scheduled. So let's see. I'm going to pause the recording just so that you don't have to wait looking at the screen. All right, so just again started. So let's see, it is doing all these checks, source, target, all that, right? So that's what it's checking. CDM setup target. Done. User actions target. So okay, let me pause for a few seconds again. Okay, so now let's see what happened. So everything is completed successfully. Then what we will do is, next thing is we are going to run the actual migration. So this one also, yeah, this is the actual migration. This is, yeah, so this is the same command. All right. So you just hit this. and ZDM user on this, and we'll ask you for the sys password and paste it here, and the object storage token. So now it's going to job 75. So let's put it here, 75. And let's check the job status. So it is scheduled. So I'm going to pause again. Let's see how many steps. And after that, I'm going to close the video, okay? So, okay, so I just checked. Again, source completed, validation of the source, validation of the target started. Let me pause again. All right, just checked. So looks like almost there. Data patch is also completed on the target. Now shutdown source started, but we can just go and see what happened to the target, right? So let's see. Okay, and sudo su minus Oracle plus system. So PDBs. There you go. See, now this particular database, the PDB is copied from the source to the target. Basically, the whole container database was replaced with the source database. So there you go. And exit if you want CTL. Let's see. Yes, minus. Yeah. Okay, so this is the RAC database. So SRVCTL database minus D RAC AB1. No, cat etc host. No, we need to use the unique names. It's a mistake. What is the unique name of the database? RAC database. Yeah, let's see. Okay, great. Target, right? So here we go. This is the one. This is the target. So we have to use the target database. So that's the one. So now this RAC database is running on both the nodes, and I think we are good. So I'm going to close the video. So let's go back here and see some cleanup operations. So everything is completed successfully. So that's pretty much my video on migrating a single instance, a 19C database to a 2-node RAC database. And you saw all the steps. The RAC database on the target side could be a base RAC database, or it could be an Exadata database. So the steps are pretty much the same. If you have any questions, let me know. But I think hopefully you got something out of this live lab, okay? All right, you have a good day and a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.